Somebody may be saying, I want to play this organ. I already read music. I want to come off the page. I already play jazz. I already play blues, even classical. How do you add all this stuff in order to take it away from being concertized and take it from being jazzy to being gospel? Well, really, that is very easy in itself, because gospel is not a pure form of music. Gospel is an integration, a potpourri, a corporation of all other styles of music. In gospel, you have classical, you have jazz, you have blues, you have ragtime, and now in the 2010s on up, we have even moved to rock and roll. A lot of our newer songs are actually incorporating rock and roll into the style in the church. So about every 10 years, our music styles will change. So that being said, I'm going to just demonstrate a song. You may know Amazing Grace, and I want to thank Dr. Iona Locke for giving me this thought about this particular song. So I'm going to start by just playing Amazing Grace, a simple hymn, and I understand that this hymn is loved worldwide. I'm going to just play in an easy key. I wouldn't normally play Amazing Grace in the key of C, because that's really not a congregational key for this song, but I'm going to play it in C. Now on the organ, I like putting my bass in the upper or swell manual, and to have a bass that you can use to substitute for the bass guitar, I guess, you're going to use your foot, but you're also going to use your left hand. And I usually pull out the first 4 drawbars up here. Then to give it a little harmony, I'm going to pull out maybe the 5th drawbar, which is the black one. I'm going to pull it out about 4 feet just to give it a little more timbre. Now down here, if you know 1-4-1-5-1, you can play this song. Now I'm playing it as a solo. Now, in this demonstration, I tried to start with the very basic of the song, which is Amazing Grace, just as it would be 1-4-1-5-1. And building as a solo, when you're playing a solo on the organ, usually one hand is one place and the other one. We want the solo registration to be stronger than the accompaniment registration. So my accompaniment, which was my left hand, was just these two. Then as it got stronger, I pulled out a little bit more. Then I had some of these in, and if you can look at the registration, you'll see what it was. And I also had the percussion effect on, and that's going to make a difference too. But as I got toward the end of the song, I went to full organ, so I was able to pull out basically all of the drawbars. But then when I wanted to go back to something, I just busted it down, pushed some of them in to get a mellow sound. Now, so if you can play 1-4-1-5-1, and if you know your scales, and when you play them on the organ, they're going to sound different. So many of you probably already are familiar with the diatonic scale, and you know the two. And then you may know the 3-6. 1, 5, back to the 1. And most of our hymns and traditional songs of the church are written with just 1-4-1-5-1. And if you know the basic scale, the diatonic scale, or you may know the chromatic scale, when you play it on the organ, it'll have a different sound. You may know the arpeggio, broken chords. Or you may know the minor scales. And that sound, I love it. And I draw that from a great musician that's in New York, James Hall, and I have to give him credit for opening my mind to the minor scale. So if you're already a musician and you're familiar with these scales, and you're already on your way.